Steve Jobs convinced his team to build a phone without a keyboard when everyone said it was impossible. You can't even convince yourself to try something new. He bent reality to his will. He made people believe the impossible was inevitable. You accept limitations. You follow the rules. You ask for permission. What made him capable of creating magic while you're stuck in the ordinary? It wasn't genius. It was something psychologists call the Reality Distortion Field. The ability to make others see what doesn't exist yet. Let me describe a pattern you know intimately. You have an idea, a spark, something that excites you. But before you even try it, you do something fatal. You Google it. Has this been done before? What do experts say about this? Is this realistic? And what do you find? 1,000 reasons why it won't work. The market is saturated. You don't have the credentials. Bigger companies have tried and failed. You're not ready. So, you close the laptop. You shelve the idea. You tell yourself, maybe later. You return to safe, to realistic, to possible. But here's what you don't understand. Every single thing that changed the world was unrealistic before it existed. The iPhone? Experts said consumers would never give up physical keyboards. Electric cars? The entire automotive industry said it was decades away. Personal computers? IBM said there was a market for maybe 5 computers worldwide. Every breakthrough started with someone ignoring what was realistic. But you've been trained to be realistic. Your parents told you, be realistic about your career. Your teacher said, set realistic goals. And so you've learned to kill your ideas before they ever have a chance to breathe. You've learned to ask permission from the world. So you do what everyone else does. You follow proven paths. You copy successful models. You wait for evidence that your idea will work before you commit to it. And in doing so, you guarantee that you'll never create anything original. Research shows that the #1 killer of innovation isn't lack of ideas. It's premature evaluation. It's asking, will this work? Before asking, what if this worked? Steve Jobs never asked permission. He never waited for proof. He never accepted impossible. He had a different relationship with reality. The answer is something that changed everything about how we understand leadership and innovation. It's called the Reality Distortion Field. The term was coined by Bud Tribble, an Apple engineer, to describe what it was like working with Steve Jobs. In Steve's presence, reality is malleable. He can convince anyone of practically anything. It wears off when he leaves the room, but it makes it hard to have realistic schedules. At first, people thought this was manipulation, charisma. Reality distortion sounds like lying, doesn't it? But here's what psychologists discovered. The reality distortion field isn't about lying to others. It's about refusing to accept limiting beliefs as facts. Most people live in consensus reality, the shared agreement about what's possible. Consensus reality says, this takes 5 years to build. This requires $10 million. This has never been done before. And for most people, these statements end the conversation. But for someone with a reality distortion field, these aren't facts. They're just current limitations waiting to be overcome. Here's the neuroscience. Your brain is a prediction machine. It's constantly building models of reality based on past experience. When someone says, "That's impossible," your brain retrieves all the evidence supporting that claim. Failed attempts, expert opinions, historical precedents, and it concludes, they're right. It's impossible. But here's what's fascinating. Reality is not fixed. Reality is negotiable. Not the laws of physics, those are real. But human limitations? Those are mostly psychological. Nobody wants a tablet. Not physics. Just a belief. Touchscreens can't be precise. Not physics. Just a technical challenge. 1,000 songs in your pocket. Not physics. Just a limitation of current technology. Steve Jobs had a different relationship with the word impossible. When engineers said something was impossible, he heard, "We haven't figured it out yet." When experts said it couldn't be done, he heard, "Nobody has been crazy enough to try." When reality said no, he simply rejected that reality and substituted his own. Stephen Paul Jobs, born 1955, adopted, college dropout. In 1976, he and Steve Wozniak built the first Apple computer in a garage. But this isn't about computers. This is about bending reality. In 1979, Jobs visited Xerox PARC. They had developed the graphical interface. Xerox didn't think it was practical, too expensive. But Jobs saw it and immediately knew, this is the future. Problem: it cost $10,000 to manufacture. His engineers told him, "We can't make this affordable. It's impossible with current technology." Jobs said, "Make it happen anyway." This is where the reality distortion field kicked in. One engineer said, "Steve would declare impossible deadlines. We'd explain why it was technically infeasible. He'd look at us and say, 'Don't be afraid. You can do it.' And somehow, we'd do it." Jobs had complete conviction, and his conviction was so absolute that it infected everyone. In 1984, Apple launched the Macintosh. It changed computing forever. But Jobs was just getting started. In 1985, he was fired from Apple, kicked out of the company he founded. Most people would have given up. Not Jobs. He started Pixar. Everyone said computer-animated films were impossible, too expensive. Technology wasn't ready. Jobs invested $50 million of his own money. In 1995, Toy Story became the highest-grossing film of the year. Pixar IPO'd at $1.5 billion. Reality bent to his vision. In 1997, Apple was 90 days from bankruptcy. Jobs returned as CEO. The board wanted him to focus on survival. Jobs had a different plan. "We're going to make the most beautiful products the world has ever seen." He launched the iMac. Critics said it would fail. It became the best-selling computer in America. But the ultimate example came in 2007. The phone market was dominated by BlackBerry, physical keyboards. Jobs announced Apple would make a phone. Industry experts laughed. Apple doesn't know phones, they'll fail. His engineers said, multi-touch doesn't work. Battery life will be terrible. It's too expensive. Jobs, make it work. I don't care how. This is the future. One engineer said, Steve would set impossible deadlines, and something would shift. We'd suddenly see solutions. January 9th, 2007. Steve Jobs introduced the iPhone.
And we are calling it iPhone.
Industry analysts predicted it would fail. The iPhone became the most successful product in human history. It didn't just succeed. It created an entirely new industry. Steve Jobs didn't build a phone. He bent reality so completely that the impossible became inevitable. So how do you develop your own reality distortion field? How do you go from accepting limitations to bending reality? Here's your action plan. Step 1. Stop asking permission. You have an idea. Your first instinct is to validate it. Stop. Right now. From this moment forward, your default is, how do I make this possible? Write this down. I don't need permission. I don't need proof. I don't need consensus. I need conviction. This is the foundation. Step 2. Practice impossible thinking. Every day ask, what would I attempt if I knew I couldn't fail? Not what's realistic, but what's remarkable. Start with the impossible outcome. Then figure out how to make it real. I'm going to build a billion-dollar company. Now, what needs to be true? Step 3. Ignore limiting beliefs as data. When someone says, impossible, recognize it. Information about their limitations, not yours. That takes 10 years means maybe you can do it in 5. Listen to objections. Understand challenges. Then ask, what would have to be true for this to work anyway? Jobs didn't ignore obstacles. He decided they would be overcome. Step 4. Communicate with absolute conviction. The reality distortion field works because conviction is contagious. There can be no doubt in your voice. This is going to happen. This is the future. Jobs would announce products that didn't exist yet with certainty. His team would panic. Jobs, you will. I know you will. And they did. His conviction gave them permission to believe. Step 5. Embrace the tension. You must simultaneously believe this is absolutely happening and this faces massive obstacles. Most people collapse into one or the other. The reality distortion field lives in the middle. You see every obstacle clearly, and then you decide, we're doing this anyway. Figure it out. The people who change the world refuse to accept it as it is. They see what doesn't exist yet and make it inevitable. If this changed how you think about what's possible, subscribe to Why for more psychology-backed breakdowns. Next week, Why Beyoncé dominates, and you wait for permission. The psychology of owning your power. See you then.